day. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's the AFC Championship Game on EA Sports. Baltimore Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, standing 6'1" from Utah. It's Tyler Huntley.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special team, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one because, to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up, keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
And this is just a little touch pass. They set the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to it. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Huntley. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
That was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
On first down, Dobbins, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That one good for 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short.
At the 3-yard line, 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Huntley to throw. And this will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews there to make the grab. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And partner, when you hear about a 6'5", 235, 240-pound quarterback, you don't often think of him being overlooked coming out of high school, do you? That's exactly what happened to Josh Allen. Overlooked, ended up going to a junior college, Reedley Community College out in California, before matriculating to the University of Wyoming, and the Cowboys were so glad to get him.
A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down.
He's brought down at the 37.
Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help the running game as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Singletary. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. throwing on first down. Huntley firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, Huntley. Oh, he nearly picked it. Maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks running with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now this time he'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Josh Oliver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Huntley dancing to his left. That he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. From the gun, it's Allen. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis, and it's third down.
Gabriel Davis, incomplete.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. First and 10. To throw, Huntley. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run here with Dobbins. Shedding defenders at the 15. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
They'll run with Dobbins. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up. On second down now, it's Edwards. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Ravens will extend their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Tucker now for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Flushed out right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and the Bills will move the chains.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15 at the 30-yard line.
On 2nd and 15 now. Allen. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To the air, Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
21-0, our score after 1. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll run here with Singletary. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, Singletary. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 14. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now Allen again. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Bills get a bit closer. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On second down, it's Edwards. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance, but a short yardage trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
On first and 10, Huntley throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Now a first down carry, it's Hill. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Here's Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, Huntley. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Trent Murphy just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The Ravens on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. Operating from the gun, Huntley. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Bills' offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination, as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. From the gun, Huntley. Eluding the pressure. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis, but it'll be 2nd down. To throw again. Allen over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target there was Gabriel Davis, and it's 3rd down.
Huntley on the coverage.
Allen going to throw. And he completes it to the tight end Knox. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play for the Bills on 3rd down. 42 yards.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Allen to throw once more. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
And the Bills' 1st down.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And again, it's Allen. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal. Operating from the gun, Allen. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Ravens are going to get the football back.
Get ready. I was going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3. AFC title game, second quarter action. 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, coach. Break it down. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
We talk about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start. On third down, here's Dobbins across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He hits Beasley right side. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it's going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New York Giants. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. This will make it into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A run by Moss to start the third quarter. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Allen. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming back out to take the field, Mark Andrews and company. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen.
They may have to draw up coverages they haven't run so far. They have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, Is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a fourth guy may have to go and account for him? But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Calling an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 49 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The 29-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen out to the left. He's got his tight end Knox.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the 2nd one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a run with Edwards. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. wore down defenses, and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Looking to throw. Huntley. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for only a couple.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And this offense continues to pour it on. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bills going to take over again on offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he is finally brought down at the Ravens 18.
Let's go, let's go. The 18.
Devin Singletary is certainly capable of breaking off some big runs, and he got loose on a big one there.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On the ground, it's Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bills cut into that lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height.
Santos.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And the lead is down to 24. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Sliding out of the pocket. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. They run with Edwards. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Dobbins. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation. They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
They go play action here on 1st down. This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now here's Hill. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Tucker now to add the point after. And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here, and our score is going to stay right where it is.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Operating from the gun. Allen. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Darrell Taylor. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Here's Huntley. Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that even...
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Huntley to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Josh Oliver there to make the grab, and the Ravens add on.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Tucker now for the extra point. Now this This one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bills ready to take over. Their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Allen. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
On the throwaway. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Devin Singletary there. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now Allen. And that's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Going to go on 4th down. Going deep for Diggs. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Again, it's Edwards. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Brandon, when the defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
Bills 21.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. From the gun, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. First down and more for Allen. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 in the first.
Looks to me probably like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Allen now on first down. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
The 26-yard line.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's complete to Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down. Here's Singletary. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
In on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. As the Ravens.
Now Allen going to give it to Moss. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Taken down at the 11-yard line.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. Santos' kick is up and through, but hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker, and if they did, that'll be a first down. So forget the field goal, give them the first on that penalty.
How about that? That's one way to pick it up, but that's doing it the hard way, but they'll accept it.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills claw one back.
Santos lining up.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down, but congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
19-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to polish things off here as they start 1st and 10. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll go again with Dobbins. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The Ravens are champions of the AFC as we sign off and say goodnight, everybody. And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.